everybody. How's it going? It just got super windy. My camera's on a little bit of a hill right now. So, you know, there's that. Today we are talking about the top 10 things that I do to make my shots stand out while in nature. And number one is going to be very apparent because of the clouds. So object number one is to wait for the clouds to light the frame. So there's another cloud on the way in here. We're just gonna wait a second. All right, it's getting better. Okay, maybe it's getting worse. We're just gonna stand up and check it real quick. All right, there's a couple larger clouds coming in. So we'll start with number one. That was number three, this is number one. So change your depth of field. So it might be fun to shoot, especially when you're outside, very stop down so that you get a lot of stuff in focus. But maybe you can change it up. I put an ND filter in front of my camera in order to get a shallower depth of field. Sometimes it makes for more unique shots. Number two is to shoot a variety of a similar shot. So I will start out with a wide shot, a medium shot, and a tight shot. A wide might be like an area or a landscape. A medium might be like a little scene. And then a tight shot will likely be like an item or a plant or maybe a rock or something cool. If you're a geologist, shout out to geologists who also find rocks really cool. Next up is number three, so wait for the clouds. A lot of the time you're not going to get perfect lighting outside. Conditions tend to be kind of hit and miss here in Wisconsin. In the winter it tends to be quite overcast. In the summer, obviously quite sunny. Today it is 50-50, so we are waiting to get shots. In the meanwhile, you can use that time that you're waiting to do another one of my tips, which is turn around 180 degrees. So after you've shot something, spin around 180 degrees and see if there's something on the opposite side. You never know what you're going to run into, so, you know, turn around, make sure you always look behind you, because there could be some better shots there. Number four, I guess number five, look for unique textures. So stuff like bark is often quite unique. Dirt or gravel can still have a very unique texture to it while also not remaining like, you know, too weird. Like you wouldn't want to shoot that super wide. So, you know, maybe move in a little bit and get like a tight shot of some gravel or bark. Even like the texture on plants is really cool. Next up is use nature as a frame. So a lot of the time I will follow the guidelines that trees set and I will frame up in between them. I find it's a unique way to make your shots stand out. Sort of like nature is framing itself, and if you suck at framing, sometimes that is a huge help. All right, next up we're going to do put objects in your frame to help draw your eye in. So pretend that I was in a different place here and there was just a giant rock covering this bottom corner. I would use the rock and make sure that it was out of focus, and it would help draw you in towards something on this side, over here-ish, and then that way it gives a nice good depth there so that people can get a sense of depth. Because a lot of the time when you shoot a landscape picture you might feel like it's a little bit flat, like everything just looks untrue to how unique it is. I find that a little bit more depth to your shot can typically add for a much more unique and a much more unique way to show off your frame. Okay, I got through that one. That one was a little rough. Number 8, which is move your feet, not your lens. So stop zooming in to get your frames correct. What I recommend doing is that you move your feet. You got two little feet right here, so move them. Get nice and close to an object, you know, back off the object. If you're already wide, maybe you move forward, you know, maybe you move backwards. Don't zoom in, you know, don't zoom out. Try to like really play with moving your feet. I know it sucks, especially like today I'm shooting on a tripod. It can really suck to get your tripod back into position again and shoot like that, but hey, let me tell you, it is quite worth it. Number 9, shoot around sunset. I am not doing that today, but typically you're gonna get much more unique lighting at sunset. You're gonna get a lot better clouds. hour leading up to sunset is referred to as golden hour, and that is typically because the sky lights up a little bit gold when the sun is on the horizon, which makes for very unique pictures. They stand out maybe a little bit more than ones during the day do. So nothing wrong with shooting in the day like I'm doing today. However, don't forget you can also shoot at sunset. All right, next up is number 10, and I have nothing written down for number 10, so just use your eye. Film more than what you think you might. Film different stuff than you normally would. Really just get out there and try unique stuff. You know, you're never gonna know unless you're weird. Cut to a shot of me getting ready to do the clever girl thing, and then some people walk past and I got a little nervous. So yeah, but get weird, you know, be weird and have fun. So those are my top 10 reasons. Don't go into the long grass. Clever girl.